Hi everyone, day 18 of war in Israel. Again, the days just merge into each other. There isn't Monday, Tuesday, there's just days of war. I cannot actually believe we've been in this reality for 18 days. Sort of been quiet in Jerusalem. The last few nights we have hosted many lone soldiers. Our house is a lone soldier base, which is great to have the company. Definitely sleep better when I have people with an M16 sleeping in my house. But I feel bad for Tamira because we have her friends coming to us while she's in day 26. I think it's day 26, and she's not getting out. And they told her she's not getting out for Shabbat. So, so I'm getting to give lots of love and food and, spoil other soldiers. So the news is not so great. More and more news is coming out about the rockets that were intercepted. The US intercepted rockets yesterday, and so overnight Saudi Arabia intercepted rockets headed to Israel. Interesting how your enemy's enemy becomes your friend. And unfortunately, these Houthi rockets, if you think that the load of the rockets that Hamas sends are like 40 to 60 kilograms, and these are like 400 kilograms, and they're headed for Israel or US bases, and they could cause catastrophic losses. So America intercepted 9 of these heavy rockets plus other devices that were headed towards Israel, and Saudi Arabia 1. So things are really heating up. One of the speculations that the ground force delay in the ground forces going into Gaza is that America needs to reinforce its positions. If you see the announcement today of the incredible amount of troops, fighter jets, cruise missiles, and other ships and that heading to the Middle East from America, clearly America is assuming they're going to be in war with Iran, or at least preparing for the eventuality of that. So things are heating up and becoming very, very serious. The other thing that's happened is Israel invited the international media to come and to visit the forensic institutes, to see the footage from GoPro, and 250 journalists from the international media headed our way. So we got to see even more gruesome stuff than we've already seen, because they showed them the unfiltered footage. And the world needs to know what happened. Unfortunately, I believe the journalists who've come, as one of them said on TV, he said, I've come not because I had any doubt, but I have so many people questioning me that I needed to see it for myself so that I could defend the position. So most likely, most of the media who have come are not the BBCs and the New York Times haters, but the people who are firmly in Israel's court and want to be able to justify why they stand for this position. I have posted some things on social media, and while my posts are going sky high, I am getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of haters posting and commenting. And even though I've limited the posts and I report all of them, of course Facebook does nothing about them, I cannot even begin to tell you how sick and how much hate speech there is there. I mean, pictures of like Netanyahu with his head decapitated with a Palestinian boot on his head, pictures of babies being killed, the most incredible hate speech. And I know that from a few years ago, I posted a famous, I think it was last Hanukkah, I posted one of the famous pictures of the Brandenburg Gate on Hanukkah, lit up in a menorah, and then it was like that's like now and before was with the swastika over it. And I was taken down for inappropriate content. Not only that, they shut my page down and I had to get my page reinstalled. However, that is not hate. That was just a post, and a very famous post that's gone around. However, these other people can get to put the most vile hate on social media. I've just come back from a chizuk event, a strengthening event. They had 300 people were invited to this event. They had some rabbis who had come from the US, my friend Leo D, who lost his wife and 2 children, 2 daughters, in an appalling terrorist attack this week, was one of the, this year, was one of the speakers. And they had musicians. And I guess one of the messages from a rabbi, he was there, he told me 2 things, he told us 2 things that 2 of the things that I just want to share with you guys. One of the things he said was, in 1967, Jews thought this was going to be the next Shoah, the next Holocaust. It seemed hopeless. Yet we had this miracle, and not only was it not the next Holocaust, but we got our Kotel back, and we regained territory, and we got Jerusalem, East Jerusalem back. And for us, this was a huge victory. So maybe we shouldn't despair yet, as terrifying as it feels. He also told us he was part of the rabbinic corps that's with the Chevra Kadisha. That's the people who do the Jewish burial, which is the highest form of mitzvah in our society. And one of the things he told us, which is so incredible, he said after they dealt with all the Jewish bodies, they started dealing with the terrorist bodies. And they realized that it is possible that there might have been soldiers or first responders who ran out with their private guns, or a weapon that ran out of bullets, or they came with a small gun, and they managed to kill a terrorist or saw a dead terrorist and took the terrorist's weapon and engaged in battle, and ultimately could have fallen. And here they were lying in a field wearing plain clothes and have a Kalashnikov rifle. And how are the army going to know if there were any Jews amongst them? How amazing is the Israeli army that of every single terrorist, they took a DNA sample. So they could match that sample, in case that matched, to anybody who was possibly Jewish, who was missing in action, and that asked families to submit DNA samples. And so far, they've recovered 4 Jewish bodies out of that, who were able to be given a Jewish burial, and their loved ones to know the fate of them. So I think it's incredible that even in a time of war, that this is the level the army go to have the sanctity of a Jewish life at hand. So with that, my event last tonight ended with crazy dancing, singing. Jewish people truly believe in Am Yisrael Chai. The Jewish people will live on. I'll send you some clips. Keep the prayers coming, and thanks for all the love and checking in. Guys, I know people are going back to their normal lives because that's normal, and I see WhatsApps are going back to where's a doctor, this, that. But we were told tonight that each one of us is part of the army, and less dangerous than the frontline troops, but we know this war is being fought out there in public opinion, in social media. Counting of you to do your share, your prayers, good deeds. Stay safe.